improving your interview skills. The best qualified and experienced candidate for the position. Warmth, rapport, and smiling all have an unconscious effect on all interviewers. Now, if you smile too much, you'll come across as a maniac Cheshire cat. Following these cues creates a feeling of warmth and likability rather than an unbalanced personality. Greet the interviewers with a smile. The importance of first impressions cannot be overstated. As a result, when you first meet the interviewers, make sure you are positively beaming. Give the impression that you are ecstatic to be there for the interview. When you talk about your accomplishments or talents, smile. When discussing severe job problems, smiling would be inappropriate. When discussing positive elements of yourself and your work life, though, attempt to include a smile at some point. When you leave the room, smile. Give the interviewers another broad smile when you say your goodbyes and thank them for their time. This will demonstrate that you enjoyed meeting them. Common vocal blunders. When it comes to their voice during an interview, job hopefuls typically make one of three blunders. They frequently speak in a monotone voice. The words seem to stream out of these candidates' mouths without any energy or inflection behind them. Mumble words. These candidates' lips simply don't move enough to enable the interviewers understand what they're trying to say. Unfortunately, interviewers are usually too polite to admit that they don't understand you, so they just let you ramble on. However, you can be confident that they will assign the job to someone who can communicate with them. Speak excessively rapidly or for an extended period of time. Nerves can get the best of certain candidates, causing them to stutter uncontrollably or speak for an excessive amount of time. 1 or 2 minutes at a time is the maximum amount of time you should speak. If you wish to continue a story, check with the interviewers and ask, "Is this useful? Shall I continue?" Incorporating intonation and accent into your speech. Interviewers can interview for up to a couple of days at a time. They may also become bored if all of the candidates appear to be saying the same thing. Concentrate on your tone of voice to get the audience to sit up and take note of what you're saying. To come out as an engaging and eager, but also calm and assured, candidate, use these guidelines. Use inflection in your speech to make it more interesting. Actors often speak of using light and shadow in their voices. To portray excitement or emotion for a topic, occasionally raise the tone of your voice or speed up the tempo. If you want to convey seriousness, deepen your voice or slow down a little. Key words should be highlighted. To make crucial words and phrases stand out, say them a little louder. This technique is the audio equivalent of typing keywords in a strong font. Make sure your words are well articulated. If you're unsure whether you're pronouncing your words clearly enough, get feedback from a few other co-workers. Don't ask friends because they are too familiar with your speech pattern to provide objective input. Consider inserting gaps between sentences. Keep in mind that sentences terminate with a full stop. Make certain that your sentences do not flow together. It's really difficult to master inflection and intonation. The simplest technique to figure out if you sound okay is to tape yourself saying interview answers out loud and then listen to how they come across. Increasing your self-belief. Interviews are a source of anxiety for many candidates. Many of them are normally calm, cool, and collected people who discover that interviews agitate them and make them feel jittery, and unable to present themselves at their best. Nervousness during interviews can lead to a vicious cycle. You are apprehensive, which causes you to perform poorly in interviews. However, the fact that you perform poorly in interviews understandably makes you nervous. Getting your interview off to a flying start. You may have heard that the majority of interviewers make up their minds within the first 5 to 10 minutes of the interview. And, in many circumstances, this is true. Many interviewers rate candidates based on what they say and do in the first few minutes of the interview. As a result, make sure you deliver a powerful performance. Give a firm handshake. Demonstrate your enthusiasm. Make a positive comment. Be prepared for some small talk. Wait until the interviewers indicate that you should sit. Concentrate on establishing a good first impression in the first few minutes, and the interviewers will likely warm up to you, making the rest of the interview much more fun. But have your wits about you at all times, pay attention to every question, never interrupt the interviewers, and think before you speak.